Hello everyone and welcome to Long's Toys. Today we'll be taking a look at Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Muckman. And as you can see here, he is a pile of living garbage, which is just a fantastic description for a character in a kid's show. But in any case, that is Muckman. Just at a real quick glance, he kind of reminds me of Toxie from Toxic Avenger or Toxic Crusaders. More Toxic Crusaders because that had a line of figures and was a cartoon for kids. So this is the head mostly, just reminds me of Toxie. But in any case, taking a look at the back here, you can see Muckman, pile of living garbage. Muckman is a friend of the Turtles. He was once a sewer worker turned garbage man named Garrison Grunge until he was hit with a canister of mutagen and became a mutant pile of living garbage. He may look scary, but he is on Team Green. So he is a hero. Weapons, toxic vomit, and trash. And it says Team Ninja Turtles. So taking a look at the back of the packaging here just to see if there's anything new we haven't seen before. I don't think so. I think all of these have been out for a while. Yeah, I don't see anything new on the back here. Crimson Leader's kind of one of the newer ones. Super Shredder's kind of new too. But these are all pretty much been out for a while. I've been looking for Muckman for a little bit. I don't know why it took me so long to find them, but I finally did. So let's open them up and take a look. So here is Muckman out of the packaging. Real quick, you might notice that unfortunately he does not come with any accessories. I don't really know what accessories you would give him. I'm just kind of thinking back to the original toy. He had kind of like a garbage pail backpack. In this iteration of the show, his character Joe Eyeball is actually his eye, and he pops out and he can talk to him, which is kind of gross and neat all at the same time. In the original cartoon, he was a separate little character, and he just kind of had like eye stalks, kind of like, I don't know, like a weird little monster. So he had a backpack that was a little garbage can, and then Joe Eyeball would sit in the garbage can, or you could like pour slime through that and it would come out his stomach. So this guy doesn't really have any of those kinds of gimmicks, but I still think he looks really good. Like I said, the head definitely kind of reminds me of Toxie from Toxic Crusaders, but I'm pretty impressed with the amount of detail and paint that this guy actually has. He doesn't have a ton of articulation, but I feel like he has enough for what you would need. He has the normal kind of, swivel and also rotate joint here for both hips, and kind of the same joint in the shoulder. And that's really it. I guess the head does move from side to side. I'm trying to decide if it's on a ball joint or not. It can kind of move a little bit up and down, but I think it's really just meant to go from side to side. But there's really, you have a banana peel on his head. You have all this kind of yellow that's blended in to kind of highlight all the texture, which is a really nice touch. You have a fish bone here on his chest. I don't know if this is like some of his guts coming out or what, but he also has, you can see his little spine here in the back. And then you can see there's kind of a can down here, which I believe says lard. I think that's what that says. I'm kind of bummed he doesn't have his like trademark manhole cover. One of his feet is usually a big manhole cover. But I think they did a pretty nice job. You can see kind of a bag of garbage here. And we'll try to get a little bit closer just because there is really a lot of detail. He's got a big toe. And then he's got like a bag of garbage here. This looks like maybe like a soccer ball or something. Some other garbage. And he's got toes on this foot. On the back over here looks like an open can. An old boot. So they really did an excellent job, especially with the feet, of the molded in detail. I would have liked some of that yellow paint on the legs as well, just to highlight the detail, but it is what it is. Also, he has a frog here on his leg, which is kind of funny. Now, the back of the packaging does show this has an exposed bone from the bottom of the orange to kind of this big part of the foot, but that did not get painted white. It feels like from the waist down got skimped on paint the most, but they did paint this skeleton hand, which I think looks really cool. I like that. They did a nice job with the detail and the paint on that. So yeah, overall, I think he's a fun figure. I really like him a lot. He doesn't come with any accessories like the original version did back in the 80s or early 90s, I guess it was. But it's a nice update of the character. They did a good job with the molding and the detail, and I like it a lot. I don't really have too much to complain about it. Would have been great if it came with an accessory, but again, it doesn't really I don't know what kind of accessory you'd give him. I don't know what makes sense. Maybe an empty garbage can or something. But I feel like instead of giving him an accessory, they put that extra money towards more paint apps, which I think is better for this figure. I would rather have more paint apps than just an accessory that doesn't really make sense, just kind of thrown in. So, yeah, I recommend him if you can find him. I think he's relatively new at this point. Also, distribution for this line is kind of getting weird just because it's coming to the end of the line and they're already working on the next show and the toy line for the next show, so they're not putting as much love into the tail end of this. It's kind of why this end of this line has been mostly fluorescent repaints, which I've seen a lot of. So that's kind of what they're doing now. I think the only new figures are this guy. I think there's going to be Usagi Yojimbo, because I think whenever the show does return, there's going to be an episode or at least an arc where they go through feudal Japan. So I think there's going to be a Usagi Yojimbo figure for that. There's not too many new figures left for this line is basically what I'm getting at. And this guy is definitely fun. So if you can find him, pick him up. I highly recommend him. Very excellent figure. And the figure, just the look of this guy looks great. So let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Please like and share this video and please subscribe if you haven't already. I hope you've enjoyed this look at Muckman from the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles line. And as always, guys, thank you so much for watching.